Hey everyone. I'm not going to include clips on this movie, but you probably guys know what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you can remember. And if you need to re recap on this movie, Ready Player One, then I would encourage you guys watch it again. And I watched it again, and this time I got even more meanings behind it. So, of course, towards the end, a lot of people have made different theories of what Halliday is, whether he uploaded his brain, kind of like Transcendence, or uploaded his consciousness. Something that's, mentioned in Destiny 2 with the Exos, something that's mentioned in a lot of like fun, conscience, trippy stuff, things even like some of you probably see the Netflix movie Other Life, and that's something else, so it gets very fun and very interesting how many worlds there are, um, and how many different meanings can be extracted from something like this. In a second. I feel so good, so much better. So I'm going to basically make it short and let you guys know that some of the basic lessons and spiritual lessons and meanings within that movie is basically a call to attention to all of us to be more, live more within the real world. All right. Long story short, live more within the real world. Okay. There are so many different scenes, and each scene offers a different perspective, a different lesson, but it all boils down to just living in the real world. There is the scene that, for example, in the dance club, where Artemis and Percival or whatever the Percival, whatever. Okay. Anyways, where Artemis is basically feeling Percival, and Percival is starting to fall in love with the character. Um, but Artemis says, "You're in love with this game, not the real me." And of course, that can be taken in many different ways because there are people who nowadays, if you sent a text to someone and you sent it with anger or a certain vibe, people can pick up on the vibe through your text. I mean, after all, everything functions in energy, frequency, vibrations anyway, so it will be present in these devices, all right? Or it could be sent through devices, all right? That's why sometimes people be like, I'm sending you, good vibes, or I'm sending you this through this, all right? And it can happen and people can receive that energy because it's all energy, frequencies, vibrations anyways. Now, just because it's all energy, frequency, vibration, we of course don't want to let ourselves fall, all right, take a conscious fall into just living in the virtual world, all right. And this is very prominent in what you see with the world, that the state of the world, or the state of that country, I guess you could say, within the Ready Player One. Okay, this is so interesting, and a buddy, showed me another game, which is called Infamous. All right, pretty old game, but there was a lot of concepts in there too that have to deal with, you know, the psychological or um, psychedelic realms, and the concepts of different realms and energies and frequencies. It is There's so much of this that ties into these movies. It's very interesting how people really put it in there and they perceive it, and how they, create art and tell a truth or story with it, right? So obviously, if you've seen that movie, it should serve us as a reminder that we don't want to fall into a world where we're living a virtual world, and the virtual world is more real than the real world. Not only that, but it also shows how, corporations tend to only think of things in business terms, uh, and money terms, rather than just, enjoying life. Which is why I've mentioned several times that, maybe what we want to consider is not a completely virtual world like the Oasis. That might be cool and whatnot, but maybe what we want to consider is actually this real world and the games and things we can play with each other. And this is why you have sports. This is why if you look at when it comes to gaming technology, you have augmented reality. All right, you can slip on a pair of glasses or a pair some lens, or it might be a Google Glass lens, and you're in the middle of a game with people. You're playing Halo all of a sudden, or you're playing paintball with people, and you're sent on missions. And you know, that's the creativity that can be utilized within that realm of gaming. Okay. At the same time, this movie teaches us a lot about it serves as a reminder that we should not be allowing money to be the take away from what is naturally given freely to all of life. All right. In this world of Ready Player One, people are living in a slummish, very slum like, state. And then you got the city and the rich and all that. And it's one scene where Wade actually meets, I believe her name was Steph, the actual girl, a real girl, Artemis. In the real world, you see what looks like a garden when they meet together on the roof, right? And they're looking at the city from far. And they're in a garden, permaculture looking rooftop where there's plants and there's vegetation. He makes a comment about how everything is much more slower, aka everything's much more relaxed. So again, if you've seen it once and need a refresher, definitely go watch it again. The interesting part is how much history and how much detail is put into the history of the gaming world, the entertainment world, from the car Back to the Future to the anime to Halo. All of this stuff is incorporated in there in such a genius way. And it's very interesting how much meaning and lessons can be extracted from this one movie, Ready Player One. So this is very cool. I definitely encourage that if you've already seen it and you just need a little refresher and a little reminder, let this movie, if you watch it again, let it serve you as a reminder of what we don't want to do, right? What we don't want to end up doing. All right. Obviously, we know this. And obviously, when we realize we don't want to end up a certain way, then the spirit that's going to call us towards our higher selves and what is more natural. Right now I'm making this video. It's like freaking almost 4 in the morning. All right. But I had to make it because we watched that video at midnight. We watched the movie at midnight, and I need to take my rest. So as far as today, who he is, where he's at, there's many theories there. All right, there's many theories as to that, and that just gets into more fun, which gets into more. When you look at the different people who have these different theories of where Halliday actually is, it kind of shows you how much people are peering into these different worlds and ways and levels of existence. And now, obviously, as I mentioned, all right, we want to keep in mind that this movie, if anything, if it teaches us that the real world and love in the real world is much, much more better, much more real. It's what's real. It's what's fun. All right. And it's what's enjoyable. It's what's natural. All right. And there's many ways that we can learn from it. So that's about it, y'all. All right. If y'all like that, that was just a little quick review. All right, a little quick reflection. I think it was worth a mention. So definitely, if this definitely resonates with you, oh, excuse me. Man, anyways, if this resonates with you guys, all right, definitely share it. All right, share it, share it, share it. All right, leave your comments. What did you guys think about it? What lessons, what reminders was it for you? I mean, for me, I saw so many things there from elements. It's a common thing I was seeing there. Destiny 2 when it talks about the exo, and human consciousness, and basically in a digital world or a digital physical world, you know it's very interesting, and of course we just don't want to fall into that. We don't want to fall into that. All right. We want to realize that in the midst of what's going on with this whole pandemic, the scare people going through, there's that temptation for people to just be here in this world, make it more real. Oh, we're smarter than that, and that's the part you have to realize. And if anything, that last bit, that last big battle, online battle, basically, all right, which is what many are having right now, which is what they call the World War III. All right, that online battle, all right, where everybody went to the Doom's world, whatever it was called, right? That is symbolic of how our numbers are bigger than those who are confined to only thinking about business and money. They've confined their world to a very small form of existence. All right. So you can see a lot of what is in Ready Player One applicable to the real world. All right. So it's definitely a reminder for all of us of what we don't want to do, where we don't want to go, but also a reminder of who we are, right? What we truly are as infinite, limitless beings, all right? Experiencing this beautiful human experience, all right? And of course, increasing our knowledge because, man, there's just so much amazing things to learn. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. As, as I say, it's all spiritual, all right? So hope you guys got the message. Don't mind the video again. The message is what's important, right? The lessons are what's important. Sometimes I make dark videos just so you guys can just listen. All right. So go check those out too. All right. So, anyways, namaste. See you guys soon. Peace.